What time is it, Jesse? What's going on, Jesse?
It's game time! What is happening, guys? How we doing?
Go ahead, hit us up with the intro, baby. You didn't know. Hit them up.
What's happening, guys? It is game time. It is Crucible TV time, and I'm so fired up. I'm with my man, Coach Ryan, and we talking about being great today. Let's go.
Boom, there it is. It's Crucible TV time, and we are in another series, or it's the same series, but it's another edition of our One Big Thing series, where we're diving into some of our favorite books and bringing you the one big idea. It's not a book review, but the one big idea that we like from the books that we're reading, because we all know leaders are readers. There's so much knowledge and so much wisdom out there in the world, and you know what? We know y'all ain't reading right now. We know y'all ain't reading because guess why? Well, how do we know? Because when we say, hey, what are you reading? They go, nothing. We're not reading.
TikTok.
So, you know what? We're TikToking. We're Instagramming, just like this. We're Facebooking, all that good stuff.
Reading TikToks.
But I ain't doing any reading. So we're going to bring you the one big thing, and we're going to condense it down into a nice little bite-sized nugget, so that way you can say, you know what? That sounds like a book I might actually like to read. So that way you can go out and grab it. And today, Jesse said it, we are talking about a book written by a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine, his name is Justin Kegley. He's out of Rockford, Illinois. And the book is called Be Great Today. Now, Justin, he's a coach. He owns a gym out, like I said, in Rockford, Illinois. And he works a lot with student athletes, just like we do. So we connect there. But we really like this mindset. It's very cherish the challenge. Like, it's very, do the hard thing and all that good stuff. But again, I'm going to wait to get into some of that stuff. But Justin's got an incredible journey because he's a former college athlete. And this guy, he used to be close to 300 pounds. I don't know if you knew that, Jesse, but he used to be close to 300 pounds. Now, if you looked at him today, you'd never believe it. I just watched an Instagram of him here the other day, deadlifting 500 pounds for like 5 reps, 535 maybe, whatever it is. I don't want to cut you short, Justin.
Multiple sets or something like
Multiple
that.
sets, and then he goes up, and then he goes in, and he's slam dunking basketballs, right? Incredible. I love it. Talk about being great. So I wanted to dive into this book. There was a lot of great takeaways, but we're going to go dive into it a little bit. And Jesse, what was the one big thing from the book, Be Great Today? What was your one big thing?
Well, I'd say the big thing that I could take away from the book here is choosing to be great today. Making the decision to be great today. You know, you think about it, life is the decisions you make. That's a saying that we say around here, life is the decisions you make. If you make great decisions, you're gonna be great. You know, you may not be great right there in that moment, but you're gonna be great. You know, making great decisions day in, day out gets a great result, especially when you least expect it. So choosing to be great today. And it doesn't have to be, you know, if you think about a day, in one day, you're faced with so many different decisions. It is incredible how many different decisions you're faced with in one day, whether it's from what do I have for breakfast, what shirt do I wear, do I sit with this person at lunch, you're just got so many decisions throughout the day. And sometimes the thought of that can be incredibly overwhelming, how many decisions you make in one day. You know, it's like, wow, that's crazy. But be great in each and every moment. I'm gonna be great in this moment. All right, next moment's there, I'm gonna be great in that moment, right? So when I look at that, be great today, it brings me a lot to what we talk about, right? The life is the decisions you make, and great decisions lead to a great life, and making those great decisions in the moment and things like that.
Yeah,
so.
I love that. Yeah, because we talk about all the time, like, win the moment. Whatever moment you're in, be where your feet are, win that moment. We talk about, like you said, be great today. Well, that can be overwhelming, right? That can be, well, how do I win the day? How am I going to be great today? Well, just like Jesse said, it's that a lot of those little decisions. It's a lot of the little decisions that build up to having a great day or being great today. And it actually leads me right into my biggest takeaway from the book. Like I said, the whole book's great. There's a lot of great information throughout it. But he talks about, I think it's chapter 8, he talks about living with intentionality, right? Living with intentionality and setting out each morning, each day with the intention of being great. I think so many times we just kind of drift through life. We talk about that all the time. Being on the river, we just drift through life, and whatever happens, like how many times you've ever had that? Well, whatever happens, happens, right? Or I'm just gonna go with the flow, right? Well, that's not living with intentionality. And he talks about in that chapter about starting with the end in mind. Where is it that we're trying to go? Very similar to our GPS mentality. What is it? Where is it that we're trying to go? What is it that we're trying to achieve? Do I want to lose more weight? Do I want to put muscle on? Do I want to spend more time with my family? Do I want to take a vacation? Whatever it is, start with the end in mind. Start knowing that is where I'm going. Because if you just start on a journey and you don't know where you're headed, you're not intentional about where you're headed, it's going to be really hard to make a lot of great decisions like he was talking about throughout the day. How do I know I'm making the right turn? How do I know that I'm going the right direction? Well, it's hard to know that if we don't know where we're headed. And
that's awesome.
Okay, so I didn't know if you had something you wanted to add to that. Add to it.
And to me, that gets me fired up because what might be a great decision on paper might not be a great decision for you because that great decision on paper doesn't align with the purpose that you want to go. You're trying to go to.
Yeah.
You know, like a great decision might be, working out, right? Great decision. But maybe you really need a rest day. Mm-hmm. And the great decision is to not train, you know?
Yeah.
And that stuff might make your brain hurt, just me throwing that at you guys. But it's when you have a purpose in mind and you have that goal of where you're trying to go in mind, right? It's easier to make that great decision and win that moment. That's awesome, Coach.
Yeah, and then he had this other concept in there, and I really like the way he phrased this and brought this about because I think it's something that all of us can identify with at times, right? I know I was saying literally this same thing to this guy right over here just the other day, which is this idea of being busy. Like we're busy. And we talk about, he said busyness is a disease of the mind. It's a disease of the mind. I was like, what does he mean by that? And he talks about how so often we get caught in this idea, hey Jesse, how you doing? Well, I'm just so busy, my kid here, or my job this or this, and we start living into this busyness idea, right? And filling ourselves up with this busyness idea, and a lot of times it's not that we're really that busy, but we associate busyness with a status, right? Or success or status, or other people will look at me differently if I come around and say, well, I'm just so busy. Well, I'm just so important, I guess, because I'm so busy, or and then it becomes an excuse of why I can't get my workouts in, or why I can't eat right, or why I can't meal prep, or why I can't, because I'm just so busy.
Or why I can't be there for what's most important.
I'm just busy, right? I'm busy. And that leads again into this idea of living with intentionality. Whatever you prioritize will get done. If you prioritize busyness, you're going to find a lot of ways to be busy and get nothing accomplished, right? But if you prioritize getting stuff done, whatever that thing is, getting to where it is that you want to go, whatever the project is that we're talking about, right? It's going to get done versus, well, I'm just going to prioritize being busy and I'm going to prioritize being tired because I'm a business owner, or I'm going to prioritize just filling my day up with nonsense. That doesn't get you anywhere. That doesn't get stuff done. And that's not going to allow you, again, title of the book, to go and be great. Busy isn't great. Getting stuff done is great. Living with intentionality is great. Making a difference is great. Living with legacy in mind is great. Doing all those things are great. Just being busy to be busy because it makes you feel good or not good, and whatever that's not great. That's not great. So there you have it. It's a quick one today, but we wanted to bring this to you. We wanted to bring this book to you because we think it's a great book. And like I said, those are just the two big thoughts that we have. And I know because the whole book, every chapter is something good, and it's great because there it is. It gives you, and hey, even the cooler part, look at mine. Autographed. So be sure, reach out to Justin. I'll see if I can find a link. I'll put it in the Facebook here. But grab a copy of it. It's a great book. He gives you a lot of action steps kind of throughout each and every day, things you can do, different questions, and just action plan. Action plan. And a lot of times that's that roadmap that we might need to get started. So there you have it. Bryce Jenkins hopping on. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday,
What's
Bryce.
happening, Bryce Jenkins? You hopped on at the perfect time. Jesse is about to sing you happy birthday. No, probably not. We're about
Bryce,
to.
you don't want that. Trust me.
There we go. So, guys, we love y'all. We hope you have an amazing Friday. Make sure, again, beginning of the second quarter, make sure we're starting off strong. Live with intentionality. Where are we going? Where are we going with this quarter? Where are we going with this week? What are we doing with this day? Live with intentionality. What are the projects we're going to get done? What are the things that we're going to do so that way we can be great today? Guys, we love you. Have an amazingly blessed day, amazingly blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week, Friday, 1 o'clock for Crucible TV. We'll see you guys.